welcome to Miniature Addiction Club. I know that last time I promised that this would be the final video in my room box series, but I had a last minute urge to clad the exterior of my room in bricks, so I'm going to show you how I did that, and in my next video I will be adding all of the finishing touches to the room. To start off with, I'm just taking out all of the miniatures that I have made so far and storing them in this plastic container for safekeeping, because I don't want to lose any of the items while I'm working on the exterior. Now, I had originally planned on just painting the exterior, which is what I'm doing here, and I'm using the same colour that I used for the feature wall inside the room box. However, it just didn't look finished enough, so I decided to add some bricks to the two side walls. I started by taking some egg carton lids and cutting them into flat sections. I'm also using the side pieces as I will be able to get a couple of rows of bricks from them as well. I used acrylic paint with some baking soda added to give it a fine grit texture, and I painted each section a slightly different shade. You don't have to be neat when you're doing this, as the more variation you have, the more realistic your bricks will look. That is, if you're going for an older brick look. I painted each of mine a brick red colour, a lighter terracotta colour, and one with some dark brown stippled over the surface. And I used the same colours to paint the smaller strips as well. Once that was dry, I took my metal ruler and trimmed off the uneven edges. Then I flipped it over and marked out a grid on the back for my bricks. Now, I was so excited to make these, I rushed ahead and didn't bother to check I had the right scale. I made mine roughly 9 by 25 millimeters, which is just a little bit off for 12th scale. I usually hate measuring and ruling straight lines, but when I tried to do this without measuring, they were too inconsistent, so I do recommend taking the time to do this step, however painful it may be. Once I had ruled all of the lines, I cut out the bricks with my craft knife. I cut them into short rows before cutting out each brick. Then I put all of the bricks into a container and jumbled them up so I could pull out the different colours at random. Then, using PVA glue, I stuck them to the wall, leaving about 1 millimeter between each one. And I put glue on the back of the bricks as well as the wall to make sure they were stuck down securely. I used PVA glue so that I had enough time to wiggle them into position and could adjust them if I needed before the glue dried. When it came to the second row of bricks, I positioned them centered underneath a join. Weirdly, in my head, it made sense to work from the top down, so if I had to trim any bricks, they would be at the base and not be as noticeable. But in the end, I didn't have to trim any and they fit perfectly, which is very lucky. This style of brick pattern is called running bond, which is the most common brick pattern used in residential buildings. Once the glue was dry, I cut off the overhanging bricks with my craft knife. Then I sealed the bricks with 2 layers of matte sealer. I'm using Golden Fluid Matte Medium, but you could also use Mod Podge as well, and this is just going to protect your bricks from the next step. I did try this without sealing them and it was a disaster, so I highly recommend sealing them first. Once the sealer was dry and I had masked out the sides of the walls, I went ahead and mixed up some grout. This is what you would usually use for tiling, and I had just finished a mosaic project, so I felt confident that it would work for my brick tiles as well. I didn't want my brick mortar to be bright white, so I added some grey and yellow ochre chalk pastel to tone it down a little. In the end, I think I added too much yellow and I should have added slightly more grey. Then I gradually added the water and used a spatula to mix it thoroughly. First I made it too runny, so I added more powder and a little more chalk pastel. Trying to get the right consistency felt a little like making icing for a cake. Using my spatula, I covered half of the wall, pushing the grout into all of the gaps. Then I scraped off as much excess as I could before wiping away the rest with a damp sponge. The grout works best when it's a thicker paste-like consistency, as when it's too runny, it wipes out of the gaps too easily. Then I went ahead and did the other side of the wall and wiped away the excess. And before it completely dried, I went back in with a wet wipe and carefully wiped the grout off of each brick. You could leave more of this on if you want a whitewash look. This is why it's important to seal the bricks. I did a test sample without sealing it first, and my supposedly dry paint reactivated and the cardboard egg carton started to disintegrate, and that was with minimal water and friction. Then I left it to dry completely before wiping it down again. And there we have the finished bricks. I hope you enjoyed this easy and cheap way to create miniature bricks using household items. I know I'm never going to throw away another egg carton again. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you join me in my next video where I will be completing this project and finishing all of the decor for the final reveal. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.